This conference for me has two contexts. One is the recent troubles in our country, the feeling that we're living through a time where our freedoms are challenged by an intolerant majoritarianism. And this is the right time for a conference to discuss the cardinal Republican virtues: equality, democracy, secularism, and above all, freedom. The second context is quite literally this conference's location. The Rajiv Gandhi Foundation, an institution that's closely associated with the Congress. Taken together, these two contexts give me my theme for these opening remarks, in which I want to examine the relationship between the Republican Congress with the freedoms guaranteed in our Constitution. In this time of political crisis, when anxious citizens look to political allies to defend their freedoms, how likely are they to look to the Congress? Not very likely. Because the Congress, in its decades in office, has helped to create the legal and administrative structures that have eroded our civil liberties. Congress governments have sometimes pioneered illiberal laws or willingly built on oppressive precedents authored by others. Take the example of cow slaughter, if only because the lynching of Muhammad Akhlaq created such moral revulsion so recently. Congressmen rightly condemned the murder and denounced the BJP for its bigotry in its aftermath. But the historical record shows that it was Congress governments in Bihar, Uttar Pradesh, Rajasthan, and Madhya Pradesh that passed the first Cow Protection Acts. They didn't have to. The directive principles weren't justiciable, but they chose to. It's these precedents that the BJP builds upon when it legislates draconian punishments for cow slaughter in states like Haryana. The Congress doesn't seem concerned by this record. Last month, Mr. Digvijay Singh claimed credit for it. Out of 29 states, he said, cow slaughter is banned in 24, and these bills were promulgated during Congress rule. He said this after the lynching of Muhammad Akhlaq. He challenged the BJP to draft an all-India bill, which he said the Congress would support. How does a party condemn hysterical mob violence over cow slaughter one moment and press for a general ban the next? The BJP, for all its wickedness, stands for one side of this argument. The Congress manages to stand for both. Freedom of religion is a foundational Republican value. Several Indian states have passed misleadingly named Freedom of Religion Acts that were designed to curb the individual's freedom to convert, implicitly of course, to Islam or Christianity. The first bills of this sort were passed in the late 60s by non-Congress governments in Madhya Pradesh and Orissa. Interestingly, after the Congress came back to power in these states, it made no attempt to repeal them. When a party that fetishizes secularism won't defend the freedom of an adult to choose his religious beliefs without government interference, what claim does it have to that value? In 2006, a Congress government in Himachal Pradesh passed the Freedom of Religion Bill on the same lines as the law passed that same year by Narendra Modi's Gujarat government. We know the issues that define the BJP. What does the Congress stand for? How can it claim religious freedom as a defining principle if it won't expend its political capital to defend it? The Congress's record in the matter of defending civil liberties, our fundamental freedoms, is dismal. All of us here remember the emergency as a nightmare of authoritarianism and unfreedom. We forget, though, that a state of continuous emergency prevails in large parts of this country, thanks to the AFSPA, the Armed Forces Special Powers Act, passed by a Congress government in 1958 and upheld by successive Congress governments up to the present. Indian citizens in Kashmir and the Northeast have no civil liberties that can't be abrogated at will and no recourse. In 10 years in office, the UPA couldn't find the courage or conviction to repeal it. If the Congress sees fundamental freedoms as a luxury that can be suspended in the name of the national interest, how is it different from the BJP? Nehru's words on freedom have a special resonance in Delhi at this time of year. 31 years ago, in this first week of November, Sikhs in Delhi had neither peace nor freedom nor even the right to life. That hideous pogrom and the Congress's responsibility for it should haunt us all when we discuss abstract Republican values in comfortable conference halls. If the Congress wants to reclaim these values, indeed, if it wants to claim them, it should stop treating Indians like clients with needs and start treating them as free citizens with rights. The right to embody freedom can't be inherited from Nehru. It has to be earned. Thank you.